Thank you for joining us to Optimove's weekly broadcast, PostFunnel Insider. If you're looking for a short and sweet dose of what's going on in CRM marketing, you're definitely in the right place. In the next 20 or so minutes, we'll have some CRM headlines, a debate on conversion versus reactivation, some hacks on how to leverage real time to improve conversions, and an overview on timely adjustments costs have undertaken amid the new normal. With no further ado, I'll gently hand off to PostFunnel's editor-in-chief, Nitzan Peled. Nitzan, please share some news.
Hi, Amit. In this segment, I usually talk about marketing trends and how they can help nurture relationships with customers. In other words, we mostly touch the upper level of this funnel, some might call it branding. In recent weeks and months, we made it a habit out of reinforcing the idea that a big part of doing marketing right these days and seizing opportunities to strengthen connections with consumers is tightly related to how relevant and helpful a brand is. Now, when we say helpful and relevant, we mostly refer to how consumers judge and evaluate brands with regards to the global pandemic, the economic downturn, the BLM movement, Pride, and the always relevant green initiatives. But today, I want to turn the focus to mental health. First, because many brands really care about their Gen Z consumers and followers, and Gen Zers mostly care about mental health issues. That's the number one most concerning issue for them. Secondly, because the pandemic and the financial downturn made things worse, obviously, in this regard and in many others. And thirdly, because in less than 2 weeks, tens of millions of Gen Zers are supposed to go back to school or not. And this uncertainty is not helping. So this is a perfect time to bring that issue up. The first thing that caught our eye was about this topic was this article by Ad Age from 2 days ago, reporting how a new partnership between KitKat and Are You OK, a suicide prevention charity in Australia, is going to look like. Together, they will change the famous Have a Break, Have a KitKat tagline to Have a Break, Ask Are You OK, and the charity's tagline, a conversation could change your life. All that would go on the actual snacks wrapping. Then, yesterday, the Morning Brew's marketing-oriented newsletter tackled the issue as well, reporting, among other things, that two top agencies, Havas Media and RGA, are updating the rulebook for how brands should engage consumers through meaningful media and avoid toxic media environments. So brands, take this to heart. Your consumers are Googling terms related to mental health, stress, and ways to cope with anxiety way more than before. At the same time, they also expect you, the brand, to spend money and resources to produce products that help people meet pandemic-related challenges. That's according to an Edelman report. And so it's probably the best way you can be helpful right now. That's it, and back to you.
From my experience, knowing more helps lower anxiety. That's exactly what we're trying to do here at PostFunnel Insider, right? Share knowledge to lower marketing anxiety levels. Thank you, Nitzan. Now here's $1 million question for you. Double down on converting new users or reactivate existing customers? Where would you put your next marketing buck? That's exactly the material that makes a heated debate. Nitzan, back to you. Please do gracefully lead this debate and don't let it heat up too much.
Hi, Amit. Thank you and welcome for this week's head-to-head debate with experts from our professional services team here on Optimove. And this week's debate, we got conversion versus reactivation. And we got, on one hand, we got Yotam Ben-Natan, marketing data scientist. He will take the conversion take. And Tanya Ahmedi, global director of strategic services, will take the losing side, right, of reactivation. That's what we agreed on. Just remind you the rules. Each side gets 30 seconds and then another 30 seconds to reply. I hope you are ready for a fight, and I'm taking I'm starting the time with Yotam now.
Okay, thank you. So first, I think that conversion is a key for a long-term success, okay? A business cannot survive only on an existing customer base. You need to fuel it, and conversion is the engine for the company's growth. And also, aside from football fans, most consumers or customers won't stay in the same company or brand forever. Without acquiring new customers, at the end of the day, there will be no customers in the business at all. 30 seconds.
Wow, 28. Yep, good job.
Yeah, okay.
Tanya.
Okay, so first of all, it is much cheaper to reactivate clients versus acquiring them. It costs around 6 or 7 times more to acquire a new customer versus the retention. And it's just making it more important than ever to keep the current clients that you have with your brand. Secondly, you have past data about these clients. You can reach out to them with a personalized offer, with a relevant communication, and deliver the best message to the clients based on the past data that you already have about them. That's the way to build trust and loyalty.
That's 37 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm taking from the first round is Yotam said something about sports, and Tanya said something about cheaper, and you both got me by now. So second round, Yotam, go.
I'm not sure we got you, but okay. Okay, so I'll start. So I can agree with Tanya that on regular days, reactivation is more important, but we are not in regular days. During time of COVID, a lot of companies understood the importance of acquiring and converting new customers. They understood that if they won't convert them, someone else will, and then it will be almost impossible to win them back. And in other words, reactivation sets the floor, conversion sets the ceiling. And lastly, I'll cite Barney Stinson, the star of the TV show How I Met Your Mother. New is always better. Back to you, Tanya.
COVID, yeah. How much can we hear about
We're
this?
still in COVID, Tanya. That's the case.
Listen, a mature business should focus its efforts on its long-gone customers. These are customers who were once loyal, and leaving them behind is just wrong. They were responsible for the company growth. Don't forget that. Also, you already have hold of their contact details. You can just easily communicate with them instead of spraying and praying across the different media and social media, expensive social media ads, and try to reach out to more customers that are potential customers, but not yet with you.
All right, and that's time. So also, I think it's the first time in the history of this segment that we moved from one side to the other without me making the transition, which means there was some real emotions here, which is awesome. And I think I will go with the side that quoted Barney. So, but my opinion really doesn't matter here. I'm only here to be the beard in the room. So that's it for this week. Thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Yotam, and probably we'll see you some other time again.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
I anticipated this one to be a heated debate. Nitzan, I think this is actually the first debate where you declared a winner. And your reasoning was nothing less than amazing, quoting Barney. Now, seriously, my take here is that, like in most debates, there is no right or wrong. It's not a black or white question. There's a lot of gray here in the world of retention and acquisition. The true magic happens when you strike the right balance for your specific business between the investment you make in retention and acquisition. Thanks, Tanya, Yotam, and Nitzan. Now, this debate was nothing more than the perfect segue to our next segment. Given that you are investing in acquisition to a certain extent, hopefully striking that perfect balance, here are some hacks on how to leverage real-time tactics to improve conversions. Shaked Mosseri, marketing research analyst here at Optimove, please do educate us.
Thank you, Amit, and hi, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk with you about using real-time to improve conversion, and I'll share with you 3 examples of campaigns that you can include in your registered-only marketing plan. So let's start with understanding what are real-time campaigns. So those are communications which happen in real time, triggered by an event or action taken by the customer. An example for real-time campaign can be a pop-up message once the customer is placing the first bet or deposit, and so on. In order to build such a campaign, there are 3 main steps. The first one is segmentation, defining the customers and scenarios which require real-time communications based on historical data. The next step is track, collecting site or app activities, user actions, and external events. For example, clicks, page views, and so on. And the last step is trigger, delivering personalized messages to users immediately following the specific action. And today we'll focus on the registered only customers. And those customers are registered who haven't yet made a monetary activity. And usually they're a large portion of the customer's database. And we want to communicate with them in real time because those customers are less engaged. And also this is a more efficient way to allocate bonuses. And the first example is from the gaming world and is a login campaign. And the segment for this campaign will be registered players with 0 deposits. The goal will be for them to make the first deposit. The event is log into the site and haven't submitted a deposit after 1 minute. And the result will be a delayed pop-up or in-app message that said something like deposit X amount and get 100% bonus. We can also create a follow-up campaign for this one, only for customers who haven't responded for this campaign. And this campaign will be bonus upgrade. And we want to upgrade the initial promotion for the next, for example, 48 hours. And this is also can be based on the registered product. For example, if it's gaming, it can be sport or casino. And we want to create, for example, the sense of urgency. And another example is from the retail world. And this is our cart abandonment. And the segment for this campaign will be registered customers with 0 orders. The goal is for them to make the first order. And the event is customers that added items to the cart and haven't completed the order. And the result will be, for example, in-app message that said something like, look like you left some items in your cart, still want them, get them before they're gone. So those were just a few examples and we have many more ideas. If you have any question, you can always reach out. Thank you.
Thanks, Shaked, for these tips. As Shaked mentioned, if you want more from where those came from, ping our strategic services team at services@optimove.com. Now let's go learn from others' experience. It's always fun, right? If you're into fashion, there's no way you skipped COS. COS is an apparel retailer established in 2007, and ever since, they spread internationally and are currently one of the hottest brands out there. You're probably very curious in learning how they've been doing with adjusting their marketing to the new reality. So am I. Daphne Scheinberg, PostFunnel's staff writer, reviewed COS's recent marketing adjustments. Now let's see what she came up with. Daphne?
Hey, Amit. Today we're talking about COS or COS. I think it's pronounced differently in different parts of the world. Basically, we're trying to find out whether they're following CRM best practices for the new normal. So let's begin. Number 1, be transparent, 10 out of 10. COS, which is owned by H&M, recently announced in the news that it's about to cut up to 20% of head staff from its COS brand. So this is obviously a very transparent move to be announcing to the public right now. Number 2, incentives and perks, 6 out of 10. We really like this welcome offer, subscribe for 10% off your first order. And in general, like not only in COVID times, we like welcome offers as such. Number 3, be relevant, 8 out of 10. We really like this personal note from the COS community, for the COS community from the team, basically telling customers about locations that have reopened, opening hours, and safety measures that are being taken, and so on. Be helpful, 2 out of 10. Unfortunately, COS didn't really give back to society like other brands such as Gymshark or Lowe's have in recent months. And this is why many points were deducted for the brand. However, they are owned by H&M, who has been checking all the boxes since the start of the pandemic. So we did give them a couple of points here for that. Number 5, real-time personalization, 3 out of 10. We really like this Summer Smarts banner that asks you to tick off your gender. However, after choosing our gender, when going back to the homepage, we kept seeing this banner over and over again. So it didn't really make sense. Number 6, master UX, 10 out of 10. Overall, our experience with the brand was really good. We really like the entire style, look and feel of the site. It's clean and neat colors, further promoting the simplicity and minimalism of the brand. We also like this exposed filter where you can narrow down the options of the dresses that the kind of style that you're looking for in clothing. We also like this style with these item suggestions to make the perfect outfit. So that was great. Last but not least, leverage social media, 6 out of 10. We really like the Coast Moment series where they feature a guest who provides expert tips on different issues. We also like when they feature an artistic post from around the world and a short description on it. On Instagram, they have 2 million followers and they post in high frequency. I think they post about 2 times a day. And we really like the Coast by You, where they ask customers to take pictures styling their clothes and then tagging Coast in it. So it's good for engagement and interactivity. Though the brand does have an existing Twitter account, it's absolutely inactive and it doesn't have any tweets to date. So overall, Coast is getting a 40 out of 70 here, which is 57%. Unfortunately, putting them at the bottom of our rankings list until now. And there's definitely a bit of work to be doing as far as their CRM initiatives go. And we know somebody who could help with that. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks, Amit.
Ouch. Costs some more love, attention, and effort on real-time personalization and helpfulness, and I'm sure you'll make it first. Thank you, Daphna. That's all for this broadcast of PostFunnel Insider. If you found us interesting and want some more, well, we just published a shiny new page with all previous broadcasts. And as a bonus, you can also subscribe to get weekly notifications just before each broadcast goes live. All you have to do is visit optimove.com/PFI. It stands for PostFunnel Insider. You probably knew that. Next week, our editorial team will be on holidays, so next time you get a fresh PostFunnel Insider will be Thursday, September 3rd. Until then, keep on doing amazing CRM and wear sunscreen. Peace.